Confidence is not something an athlete has or does not have. It's built. And today we're going to talk about it through a very specific term, using a very specific term, self-efficacy. So Bandura is a researcher. I'll provide some links to some of the research that supports these ideas. But today we're going to talk about 4 ways of improving self-efficacy in a task-specific way, or instead of generalized confidence, instilling the belief in an athlete, in a person, so that they can go do the task that they've been asked to do. 4 components. The first is mastery experience, and it's the most powerful. It's actually doing the thing successfully. It's sort of proving to yourself that I can do this. Can I hit a baseball? Can I perform a max effort back squat? Nothing builds belief or confidence like proof, like experience. Actually getting into the arena, trying hard, seeing your efforts prove out in an objective way, whether it's a new max in the weight room. That is the essence of true and lasting confidence. That's real confidence. That's lasting confidence. I've been there, I've done it, I'm confident I can do it again. The second is something called vicarious experience. So it's seeing someone do the thing that you have been asked to do. Someone similar to you, ideally. It's not an athlete seeing their coach jump onto a bench press and bench press 300 pounds. It'd be an athlete seeing a teammate or someone in their peer group accomplishing something similar to that, which is an interesting thing from a facilitator perspective, because you don't necessarily want to put the least experienced person interact with the most experienced person. The most experienced person might be able to show them the way technically, but it wouldn't necessarily provide this vicarious experience, because the least experienced person might say, oh sure, that person can do something fantastic. Instead, if we close the gap just a little and a not so experienced person sees someone who's just ahead of them, they can sort of imagine themselves in the shoes of the other, watch the other perform, and be encouraged by that. Similarity matters, similar athletes and similar tasks in this idea of vicarious experience. The third source is verbal persuasion, something that coaches and facilitators do all the time. Being told by someone credible, that's an important piece. Being told by someone credible that you are capable, or someone that you trust, just that, hey, you got this, let's go. It can be fantastic. It is not as confidence building, or it does not necessarily lead to self-efficacy on its own. Often the verbal persuasion is what gets the engine running. It might propel someone into the arena, but ultimately they need to gain that experience on their own. The fourth is a physical or emotional state. So it's like if you are shaky, okay, your hands are shaking, your heart starts racing, your heart starts beating very quickly. This can be read any number of ways. It can be read as anxiety and I'm not ready for this and oh shoot, but that is really just an interpretation of the physical experience. So the truth is that's just normal, inappropriate arousal. The body is smarter than we give it credit for. And if we're asking it to go do something challenging, it will begin to key up the nervous system in ways that allow the body to then go perform that task. So it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And some of the most successful athletes or performers across realms that I've ever been around have had an uncanny ability to welcome that feeling and almost be grateful for it. Not almost be grateful for it. They essentially, if they ever feel themselves starting to tip into a recognition of a beating heart, tip into a place where they're saying, oh shoot, I'm getting nervous, I'm getting anxious. Instead, they take a breath, they calm, they steady themselves for a second, and they start to thank themselves. Cheesy as it may sound, thank you, body, for prepping me for this difficult thing that I'm about to do. Let's go. And so the big idea here, though, is that to consider those 4 sources, what you've done, what you've seen, what you've been told, how you feel, shifting to an athlete perspective, what they've done, what they've seen, what they've been told from you, a trusted source, and how they feel. Those are 4 components that are worth considering. All of them high leverage, but they fit best kind of in unison. Engineering that environment to support self-efficacy within an athlete or high performer, that's the role of the coach.